Okay, this video is going to show you, let's see, I'm going eastbound on the 70. I'm in between Salina, Utah and Green River, and I'm about 25 miles west of Green River, so you guys can look it up. I mean, it's beautiful scenery. You know, it's unreal. It's like the Grand Canyon. Really nice looking. But out of most of the roads that I've driven on across the United States, this next 5 to 10 miles is probably it's the steepest 5 to 10 miles where I see semi-truck drivers fry their brakes, you know, either on their tractor or their trailer. And this is the only road where I've seen two trucks physically drive off the road, like live on my camera. And you know, it's roughly like 6% grade, but it goes on forever. So if you start riding your foot brake, you know, your service brake, you know, they get weaker, as you know, every time you push on them. And then when they start burning, you know you're definitely not doing the right thing. So what I recommend, man, let me tell you what truck I'm in. I just have a Peterbilt, new Peterbilt. I got a Cummins engine with a 12-speed automated tranny. And boy, I'll tell you what, I use the compression brakes, and right now it's somewhat smooth, and I know on the camera you can't really tell just how steep the road is just looking out the windshield, but right now I'm at like 2% going on a 4% grade. I don't really need to use the brake yet, but as I round this corner, and like I said, I'm going eastbound on the 70, you can see the sign right there, 6% downgrade. This is where I put my compression brakes on full. On the 12-speed tranny, you know, if you can see where my finger's pointing, I've got, well, you can't really see it. Do you see? You guys know the right side of the steering wheel here. I'm pushing it all the way down. That's 4 positions down, and on my steering wheel, it's the Super Max, you know, maximum compression. Now, what I recommend is just go slow right now. Like, get your truck just creeping, because you will ride the brake the next 5 to 10 miles. And by the time you get to the end, if you don't watch it, you're going to drive right off the freeway. And I'll show you the location where I watched two. All right, runaway truck ramp, thank goodness. You got to love those runaway truck ramps. And you don't ever want to go on them, because, boy, you want to mess up your score and have one hell of a tow bill. Go on one of these runaway truck ramps. So, all right, here's the first right turn, and you can see the scenery. It looks like you're just cruising in the Grand Canyon. So, Spotted Wolf view area, if you guys look that up on Google Maps or just online, you can see where I'm at. But this downhill just goes on forever, as you'll see. This video will be easily 10 to 15 minutes by the time I'm done. So thanks for watching my videos. I just like to show you out the windshield without editing, just real time in a semi truck. All right, so I hit my brakes for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. I slow up again. I don't like to go over 45 miles an hour in any of this section right here, and then I go down to 35 where it really gets steep. So right now we're just going to, you know, maybe 4% grade, compression brakes all the way on. And if you have a manual, you know, 13 speed, 18 speed, whatever you have, just get in low gear. And obviously if you have Jake brake, compression brakes, put those babies on. All right, here's that Spotted, is it Spotted Wolf or Spotted Owl? I keep forgetting the name, but anyway, you guys can check it out. There's truck parking. It's actually really fun. So yeah, if you want a nice view, you know, have a lunch or just take some pictures, this is the place to do it. Because when you truck drive, you know, some of the fun is when you can park and take in the views of America, which most people don't get to see. All right, this is where it's really sharp. And you can always tell because you got this big, beautiful mountain right in front of you. And this is where the turns get insane. So what I like to do, and like I said, you know, everybody truck drives differently, And this video is mostly for semi-truck drivers. You know, I'm around 78,000 pounds right now. You'll see the sign here. It recommends 40 miles an hour, and it's going to whip you all the way back. So check out the mountain, because in 5 seconds you ain't going to see it. Alright, I got full compression brakes on right now. I'm going just barely over 35 miles an hour. I've only hit the foot brake for 2 or 3 seconds back there so far. You know, in a perfect world, you don't even want to hit your foot brake at all going down this. You know, with technology now, I'm shooting this video in, what is it, April 2021. All right, there's another, you know, you can see straight ahead. So if you're out of control, straight ahead, there's a whole bunch of dirt and a big juicy hill for the first runaway truck ramp. Okay, you're gonna be tempted to hit the throttle going around this left turn. Don't do it. Just don't even hit the throttle at all, you know. So you get down to the bottom of the hill, you know, 3 minutes faster, you know, delivering Lucky Charms to Albertsons. Who gives a shit? Just take your time. Save your brakes, because like I said, this goes on a long time. You know, and there's areas you can pull off, you know, if you need to rest your brakes, or I wouldn't recommend stopping though. Okay, you can hear my truck now. I'm going to full 6%. And if you can hear in the background, you know, the torque, the compression of the engine is holding back 78,000 pounds. I haven't even hit the brake once yet. I'm right at 1800 RPM, which is fine for a Cummins, even if you have a Detroit or a Packer engine, you know, whatever you got. You could have a Cat engine. It's really up to you. I've called Cummins, and they said, you know, the engine is more than happy at 1800 to 2000 RPM, you know, going down a steep grade like this one here. And this is real steep right here. I know it doesn't look like it on the camera, but it goes on a long time. So just use your compression brake, Jake brake. You can learn a lot by watching other truckers as well. Some will go like 55 to 60, and then when they get to the bottom here, they hit the brakes, and then they drive right off the curb. I got a semi-truck coming off to the left. But if you feel the need to stop halfway down, you know, hopefully it's for an emergency. I wouldn't recommend doing it just because you're tired. But to each his own. All right, that guy's hauling ass there, so he's probably light. He had just a dry van, so. But even if you're light, let's say you're empty, I still wouldn't recommend hauling ass down this section. Eastbound 70, I'm about 25 miles west of Green River. Alright, we're not done yet. Okay, so there we go. Alright, end of the steep grade. So I'm going to turn off my compression brakes for a little bit, just let it breathe. I'm going to shift up to about 11th gear. Just cruise for a little bit here. So you can see if you're going the reverse, if you're going west on the 70, you know, they got a nice place. Yeah, you can see if I can tilt my camera out to the left there. And you can also, you know, if you need to rest or just give your truck, you know, if you're smelling your brakes, or some of the older trucks, you know, if you have an older truck and you fried your brakes a little bit going down there, you know, just go ahead and pull off if you need to. That's why they made it a nice extra wide shoulder right there. All right, so you can get going a little bit here. You know, it smooths out. All right, and I have my compression brakes back on again because we're starting to go steep one more time. So with these 12-speed automated transmissions, there's 4 levels of compression. One click down And what I'm talking about is right here, if you can see, just on the right side of your steering wheel. Or older trucks, you might have the shifter right in the middle of the dash. But I think you guys know, if you're, obviously driving a semi-truck, you guys know how to apply. But on these new 12-speed automated trannies, and they're my favorite as far as automated, they're just bulletproof, they work awesome. I tow doubles, I've done triples, I've done every steep grade in America in the snow, because I do a lot of Wyoming. A couple years ago I did nothing except Wyoming and Montana. Yeah, the 12-speed automated tranny, it's pretty nice. So anyway, you can see there's a Hanksville exit, and if I remember right, doesn't that go into, what is it, go into Moab? So anyway, I just wanted to show you that grade back there, that it can get rather dangerous, and just take your time. I just recommend going super slow at the top and just apply your compression brakes all the way. Whatever full mode is, that's what I'd recommend doing. And don't even hit the throttle, just coast all the way down. And I only hit the brakes, what, two or 3 seconds, and I just did it to slow me up to about 35 as I went into that nice mountain to take that sharp right turn that led into that truck ramp. So anyway, I'll film a few more steep hills, but that one right there that's where I've seen the most people fry their brakes. And I saw 2 trucks at the very bottom just drive right off, because I guess they didn't have compression brakes, and by the time they got done pressing their foot brake, they were just shot, so they drove straight off, which looks kind of like this. And you can actually tilt your truck over, you might not get killed, but you can really get hurt and definitely destroy your truck, and get fired, and obviously getting killed isn't I doubt that's your goal. So all right, well anyway, thanks for watching the video. I just like to show certain areas of the United States that are either interesting or maybe help you there. But like I said, Green River is the next big city I'm going into. This is the 70, so basically Salina, Utah, where there's a nice Love's you can park. There's a brand new TA Express as well right next to it. But Salina going into Green River. After that is Grand Junction. I'm heading over the 70 today, so straight ahead is big old Rocky Mountains. I'm going into Denver, and this is kind of what it looks like. But back the last 30 miles is just gorgeous. It looks like the Grand Canyon, so you guys will like Salina going up to that steep grade there where I began filming. And there's some really nice looking scenery that I'll probably film coming up here in about, probably from Grand Junction up. I'll show you Vail, Colorado, Parachute, and then I'll show you going down, because the 70 east going from Grand Junction over to Denver, it's really steep going up and it's really steep going down into Denver, and vice versa. But Green River and Grand Junction, there's plenty of truck stops and places to eat. So if you're new to trucking, I know it looks pretty barren right here, like I'm in the middle of nowhere, but there's plenty, where you can get a repair or just sleep, fuel up. But yeah, Green River, it's a popular place for trucks to stop, and Grand Junction is quite a big city as well. So okay, well that's it. Thanks for watching that video. Just wanted to show you that steep grade there. So I'll see you many more times, and thanks for watching my YouTube channel. All right, take care. See you guys next video.